Hey, peace and love, peace and love. This is Brother Garfield. I just want to say peace and love to the family. We are live. We got my main man, Killer Priest, in the building. Killer Priest is a legend. Not even when I told my friends Killer Priest is on or he's gonna be on, they was like, "What? What do you mean Killer Priest is gonna be on?" All right. So just to let y'all know, this is my man from the Wu Tang, and we're gonna have a casual conversation. This is not gonna be a regular conversation, not no BS conversation. We're gonna find out who Killer Priest is. All right. So let me bring my brother in. Not no BS. All right, let me bring my brother in, and we gonna have this conversation and get ready to go. All right, and introduce the world to the man called Killer Priest. Peace and love, King. Peace and love.
Peace, 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 peace. What's good? What's good, everybody?
What's
Peace.
good, man? Let me ask you this off the bat. Why you wear a DMX shirt? Is he like one of your favorite rappers?
Yeah, um, yeah, straight up, man. I love DMX's passion. Um, his first album was off the hook. Yeah, I love DMX work, man. I love his work.
Okay. All right. So let me get into Killer Priest for a little bit. First and foremost, thank you for coming on the Brother Garfield podcast. This is episode number 4. Every Friday we have a podcast. Next week I should be having dancehall icon Mr. Vegas. All
Mm.
right. All right. So let me ask you this right now, straight off the bat. What got you? Who is Killer Priest? Introduce the world to who Killer Priest is.
Um, Killer Priest is a Wu affiliate. I started out. He's an MC from Brooklyn. I'm just an MC from Brooklyn in Brooklyn, New York, and I started out as dancing with my crew, and then later on, Jizza came and got me and brought me into the clan, and so Grave Diggers did the Grave Diggers thing with RZA, and then been on numerous Wu Tang uh, uh, songs, and that's it, man. I mean, my catalog go deep, man. It goes deep, and did songs with Karis One. I got a chance to did do records with cats that I consider legends in my eyes, and that's it. That's who Killer Priest is. Yeah,
All right. So you straight were you born in Brooklyn?
I was born and raised in Brooklyn, man. I was born in Brooklyn in the Sty, Gates Avenue. Shout out to everybody in GA. And then
Hold up, Gates Avenue. That's Big Daddy Kane's area, right? That's where yeah, Lewis Avenue, Gates Avenue. Yeah. Okay, okay.
Same area, man, same area, yo, yo. Matter of fact, that's crazy because I used to hear of him. He put the fear in the hearts of a lot of MCs. He's a little bit older than me, but I used to hear about him a lot because Jizza used to go around and battle MCs, and he would take me with him sometimes. So my block, we used to like the rappers and things like that. They used to come through, and I was down with a crew called Cool and Three MCs. Shout out to them. Word. And that was it. We was in Brooklyn. We was in Bed-Stuy, and then later on I moved to Brownsville. But when you're in BK, I lived all over BK. My sister in Flatbush. I got family all over Bushwick, everywhere. But my
Okay.
is in Gates.
All right. So you got it. You got into hip hop, and you got to be a part of Wu Tang. But before you were a part of Wu Tang, what was it like in Brooklyn trying to be an MC, not just for the fun of it with your crew, but to try to get you put on? What was that challenge for you like?
Great question, man. Great question. It was it was hard. Well, Brooklyn, I don't know. It's not like a lot of boroughs. You had a lot of rude boys and bad, just it was you had to be tough. You had to be able to have a strong heart because the guys that would dish you, battling, because you had to go through battles. I mean, you couldn't just get up there and just say, okay, I'm blown up. You had to go through the ranks of rhyming at block parties or little spots. And so um, it was definitely hard for my crew. It's definitely hard for my crew. We was blessed to have a DJ named Barry B that was around us that brought us to our first studio session, and we were blessed to have rappers that have been around and certain cousins from the Bronx. We had certain friends that had cousins in the Bronx that used to get tapes from up there. So we was a little blessed to get those little, just to hear, some of the styles that were coming with, like Cold Crush and dope MC, so we can build up off that.
Oh, okay. So what about let me ask you about who's your top five favorite MCs growing up? Before you was put on, who was your top five MCs? I'm talking like early 90s, 80s. What was your top five MCs before you got put on?
Um, to take it real, I love Tila Rock. I can say songs. Tila Rock is yours. I would have to say Rakim, Kane, the icons. Karis One, Slick Rick, and G Rap.
Right, 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 right.
Chill Rap G was dope too, though. Chill
Yeah,
Rap G.
yeah, yeah. Hey, when I came to New York, it was I started coming here like from back and forth from like 1989. So I started living here in the 90s. But
Mm.
Wu-Tang was one of the groups that just blew my mind. So you had a group of dudes from all over because some is from Staten Island, right? And they have some from Brooklyn or Queens. I don't know wherever or Jersey, but it seems like different guys from different boroughs. Is that the case?
Yeah, basically Dirty, Jizza. But see, Jizza used to live in Staten. I think he lived all over but he lived in Staten Island too. But he's known from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So you had Old Dirty. That was the Brooklyn Zoo part. So you had the Brooklyn Zoo, and then you had Sons of Man. You know what I'm saying? So we had that's the Brooklyn part. Then you had Mathematics, who's the DJ. He's from Queens.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them, and I think Raekwon was born in Brooklyn, and I think RZA was raised in Brooklyn too, a long time ago.
Right, right, right. All right. So now
The show that part, but they got roots in BK too.
okay. If you weren't in hip hop, what would my brother Killah Priest be doing right now on the real?
Man, I probably would have been a retired football player. I really loved football, and that was my first love. Shout out to my nephew. He put the battery in my back. He would just always be like, oh, I would have been or that or a boxer or something in sports. I would have been a boxer.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what got you now that you're in the hip hop game, you're part of Wu-Tang Clan. What's one of your favorite moments being in Wu-Tang as a dude that was on the outside looking in the music industry? What was the first thing you thought about getting into while you became that? Like your first check. What were you thinking about? Like when I get my first check, I'm gonna do this. What did you do with your first check?
Man, oh man. It was my first check. It came different because it was like the whole clan, everything was moving, and what was it like? Maybe you talk about big check or just regular check? Because I think a $2,000 check was big for me back then. It was like RZA hit me up with $2,000. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take this and just splurge out. No, it was 3,000.
Right,
3,000.
right,
So
right, right.
my thing it was I was just getting like 3,000 here. It was like a little allowance and stuff like that. So that I would say like that. But if you're talking about big check, like signing to a label deal, that it was two different ways that I had got checks. The first one, what I did was I always thought outside the box. You know, wearing got sneakers and didn't do too much. I'm like a really laid back type of dude. That probably was it. I think outside the box. I was always thinking about getting a home or owning something. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right. I see my man True Story and Danny in the building. He's from around your way. He's from he said 840 Gates Avenue. No, 940 Gates Avenue.
Oh wow, wait a minute, what's his name?
True Story, and that's Danny, man. He knows you.
Yes, yeah. Hit me. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Shout out to Jay. Yeah, indeed. Indeed.
All
Wow.
right. So let's look towards you on tour. What's one of the wildest stories that ever happened with you on the tour? You went on tour with the Woo and you having fun. What's one of the wildest stories you could tell us for on the this is fit for earplay right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A story. Mm. Gotta, hold on. Let me sift through that. One of the wildest stories. It would have to probably be with ODB. You have
Yeah.
to be with ODB. Yeah, ODB was
Was he
hilarious.
was he
Wait,
was he like a prankster? Was ODB like a prankster? Was he a prankster? Because he seemed like a prankster.
yeah, well, he was always like, yeah, he was a prankster, but he was just unorthodox. You never know what he gonna do. I remember one time we was riding, we were always on a bus. I got a couple of stories, man. We was all on the bus, and I remember Dirty told RZA, he was like, "Yo, you know, I'm running the whole show. If I'm not there, nobody gonna say, nobody gonna really celebrate or go crazy. Come." RZA like, "Yeah, right. You hear him?" And Dirty said, "If you don't believe me, word is bond. I'll get off this bus right now. We on the tour bus in the middle of nowhere."
Wow.
And Dirty, he's like, "No, you won't. I bet you won't." And Dirty said, "Yo, stop the bus." He stopped the bus. He said, "Yo, tell the bus driver to pull over." And it was woods. Lucky it was in the daytime. But then Dirty got off the bus and walked that way. And
Wow.
then, yeah, he went that way. And we just looked, right? He's like, "Nah, he ain't gonna do this." And he got smaller and smaller. You know how you walking away?
Right, right, right.
So RZA was like, yo, he know what he doing. We pulled off because he walked away. So we just pulled off at the very next spot. I don't know how he got there, man. He was he was there.
He must have called somebody to pick him up, man. He must have called. He must have known somebody was nearby and said, "Come pick me up." Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's ODB for you, man, Mr. Spontaneous.
yeah,
Um, let's look at the music and everything that Wu Tang has done over the years, right? What
yeah.
what is your favorite track on a Wu Tang Clan album? Like, if there's one track you want to hear, like, yo, let me listen to my people, man. Listen to what we used to do. What is your favorite track to listen to?
That's a good question. I would that have to be a battle.
Mm.
Can I pick two? I mean, favorite, like one on one, it would have to be between Protect Your Neck and Triumph. Because to me, those two songs, I gotta throw in Fourth Chamber too.
Four Chambers, the beast. That's
Yeah,
beast work right there, man. That's beast work.
yeah. The reason why I said Fourth Chamber, I'm gonna explain the other two too, because every show, no matter where we at, and it's so unorthodox, Fourth Chamber just turns it all the way up, turns all the way up, and I don't know what people would just love that song, man. And I want to say Protect Your Neck because the sound switch, it was just a different vibration. The frequencies was right, and I think Triumph was like an older brother of um, Protect Your Neck.
What got you to get involved with the conscious community? Because I remember seeing you. You were at Kemet on Trial, right? I think you performed. Am I
Yeah.
correct? Yeah,
Yes.
that's the first time I actually saw you in person. I didn't come and introduce myself or anything, you know what I'm saying? But I saw you with, I think, Nazi Yashavel introduced you or one of them brothers. And
Yes.
so was you in the Hebrew Israelite movement at the time, or what were you doing at that time?
Yeah, I was like I was a person like on the outs. They reached out to me. They reached out to me. Naziel reached out to me, and I said I accepted. I said sure, I'll come do it, and I did it because I just wanted to be around everybody. I wanted to see because I was a fan. I'm not gonna lie. The first person who put me on to the conscious community, and it was called Black News
Black
102.
News 102, Sarnetta, Black News 102, right?
There's a sister. Her name is Alicia. No, sister. Yeah, Alicia out in Denver.
Okay.
And when she put me, because she used to have Dr. York books all over the place, and she showed me, she was like, "Yo, did you ever heard of Sonetta?" And I was like,
You're chipping out a little bit. I don't know if you need to go out and come back in. Yeah, let's wait for a minute for a brother to Yeah, you back. You back, bro. You back. You back. All right.
So when I first saw it, I was like, I saw the 102 new. I was like, wow, I said that's crazy. I said that's crazy. I was like, yo, that's crazy because you had so many different people that was there, and I was like, yo, that's kind of crazy. So I wanted to reach out there. But yeah, my studies is I definitely studied Hebrew. They had reached out to me first, and I got some ties there. You know what I'm saying? So the brothers found me because of, if you listen to Bible, you know what I'm saying, that I did this song Bible. They wanted me to perform that one. So that's how that happened.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. We got almost 700 people in here. I got to tell them to subscribe to Killer Priest. What is it? Podcast?
Yeah, Killer Priest
Killer,
podcast.
yeah,
Yeah.
We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers.
Yes.
And Killer Priest, as you see it written on the screen, is and just add podcast to the end, and then you could subscribe. Get my brother. He's at 49,000. We're trying to get him to 50,000. All right. So now, in the Hebrew movement, whatever the conscious community, you deal with a lot of different things. You don't deal with just one thing. So where are you at right now with the conscious community as far as where you are, as what you're trying to do as far as information?
Um, I'm just about getting the truth out, and I'm hearing a lot, and I'm weighing it. I'm weighing it, man, and it's a lot of good information that's coming out. That's coming out right now. So I'm about um, Black consciousness rising. You know, at any cost. I don't. It's just let's get our minds right, and I'm about the upliftment of the people at this point, and I don't really care about religion like that. It's about really us coming together and forget religion. That's how I feel, and getting us at the pinnacle where we need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
All right.
really about that.
All right, all right. I see a couple of your people in here. I see Coach Kandaka is in here doing the thing. She said a Killer Priest podcast Monday, Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Let me put it on the
That's
screen so people can
moderator.
see that.
That's one of our moderators. Shout out to
Yeah,
Coach Tucker.
yeah, she always tags me and everything when you're doing stuff. So shout out to her too. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, we with Killer Priest, right? And the dude is you are one of the most talented MCs I've ever listened to. Just to let you know, you definitely in my top 10. If not my top 10, you're in my top 20. All right, because I love old school rappers, and you are from way back. And I mean, I'm a Big Daddy Kane is number one for me. So you represent best style. So you definitely get wrapped up in there because of that. Just for GP.
Hard to beat the champ, man. It's hard to beat the champ.
Yeah. What do you think about the old now we have versus battles. What do you think about um the old school rappers and the greatest of all time arguments? Because you look at Drake, right? I don't look at Drake as a great MC or rapper, whatever he does. He does something, right? Um yeah, he does something. He's making money, but
Oh,
what do you see with with rapping from like the 80s to the mid 90s, from the mid 90s to now? What do you think about the rapping styles and where it's going? A lot of people are rapping fast and like they're doing all this speed rapping and doing all these different type of styles. But where do you see hip hop as far as before 1995 and after 1995?
that's a good question, man. It's see, I'm one of those people that look at the half full at the cup. So I see that it went down. I mean, the quality, what I want to say this, the quantity went up, but the quality went down. I try to look. I fish for some type of skills or something that can grab me. Because if I don't know, I got sons. I'd be like, yo, let me know. Let me know what I don't know, like what I'm supposed to be listening to. Um, I try to figure out something. I try to figure out the ground where I'm supposed to listen to, and I pick and choose like what I like. I like, Kendrick and certain MCs that come out like J. Cole. You got your spillage through there, Griselda. You got a couple, Benny Conway. Um, you got certain cats that spill through Planet Asia, Hus Kingpin, cats who spill through that spit lyrics that I'll be like, oh, okay, that's something I could gravitate to. You know, it's it's really funny, man. And I honestly think that Drake is an MC. I think that Drake can rhyme. Honestly, um, most of the rappers that get on there with him, he kind of like dusts them off, which is funny to me. I'm like, oh snap! I honestly think he loves rap. I think he be in battle rap a couple of times, and that's it.
Now, this is a question that a lot of people ask when it comes to the Wu Tang and the versus battle. Do you think Wu Tang will ever do a versus battle, bro?
Wu Tang do a versus battle. The what?
Do you think Wu Tang will ever do a versus battle?
The whole clan.
The whole
It,
clan.
Bone Thugs. I really can't say, man. It depends. I don't. Who would they go against? I don't
That's a
know.
good.
You got so many pieces. I
That's a
know.
good question. But I don't see y'all ever doing one, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because I don't think they're. It's like Buster Rhymes. I don't see no one to really say, "Hey, I'm gonna go up against Buster Rhymes." I
No.
thought, I
I,
thought Snoop, I thought Snoop would have probably been somebody. Both of them could have been together because they both got their crazy type stuff with them. But
but this
I
guy.
don't think he would have been the perfect guy
Yeah.
actually to do it. Although he did it with Snoop, he should have did it with Buster. It should have been him and Buster because they fit. Their personalities fit.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
personalities fit.
That would
Um,
Max probably
Somebody, Danny
lost.
put in the chat. Danny put in the chat. Wu versus NWARPE.
Wow.
I don't
Uh,
know about. I don't know. I
I
don't
can't
know.
see that. Yeah, I can't see that one.
You would have got a, it would. I wouldn't want NWA to be there because that would have included Dr. Dre, and I would love to see Dr. Dre versus P Diddy because those two, just because of how much they stand up in hip hop, it would have been like the perfect battle. But if NWA,
It got
I
to
don't
be
know.
on the level. Yeah, 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 exactly. NWA, when you talk, yeah, go ahead.
I don't
Yeah.
know. NWA, Wu, I don't know. I don't know.
It's those those are like monument. Those are hard to put together, man. That's like you might as well say Prince and against Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Word.
Yeah, for real, for real. All right. So what's up for Killer Priest for 2022 and for the future? What's up for
I'm
you?
so ready, looking forward to this, man. I got a lot. We're gonna try to expand the podcraft today, and I call mine a podcraft on Fridays. You know what I'm saying? Um, going to try to expand it for an extra day.
Mm-hmm.
The fans wanted it, so I was going to do that. Oh, shout out to my man. Hold on. Shout out to my man Amal too. Amal from New Kemet. New Kemet is a label that we came out with when I put out the offering. Shout out to that brother. That brother, he built with me a lot and stuff like that. So, um, I got a bunch of albums. I don't think nobody put out more albums than me. I don't know. Maybe they have, but I put out so many albums in 2021, and I'm going to even go further on 2022. So 2022, you can look for more videos. I have an album with Fourth Disciple, with Jordan River, Jordan River, people like that. I have a secret album that's coming. That's not a secret no more. I'm gonna drop it, so I might drop it near Christmas. I have an EP coming, and then I have a couple of more joints. Just put it like this: I'm gonna rain down, man. I'm just gonna rain down like manna.
I hear that. Like man.
Hate it.
Oh man. So now, so for 2022 and beyond, where do you see us as a people now? What would you like to see happen for us, and where do you see us going?
I want the truth. I want us to get rid of all this label, all the label, the fake labels, and get us to to the truth to ourselves and us being more secure in who we are, as a people. And I want to see us grow and build, elevate, and become the super beings that we are, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, definitely, definitely. I definitely love the podcast and what you're doing, and
Man, appreciate it. I'm on it because of you, bro. I'm like, dang, so cats I used to watch it. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
uh,
Word.
you got to get Rawbone on too. Rawbone got to get on, probably True Story, and if he wants to come on. But
Rob
yeah.
on, yo.
And by the way, Danny said you took his LL Cool J tape and ain't bring it back when y'all was young.
Huh?
He said y'all took his LL Cool J tape and he ain't bring it back.
Yeah.
He said this dude took my LL Cool J tape and never gave it back.
Shout out to Rob on, man.
Was LL Cool J one of the greatest rappers that you admired the most coming up as far as swag when you got into the industry? Like you looked up to him and saw what he did to see where he went.
Man, I'm sorry I didn't even put it in my top five. But LL, yeah, definitely, definitely. It's a battle between him and Kane, right? It was like Kane and LL was like a Queen's version of Kane. It's always been like that, you know what I'm saying? But Kane was just so hard when he first came. It was just hard. But LL definitely top. He squeezed him in the top. That's hard to get my top five because he's definitely in there. Yeah, I
What
like
about
when.
what about Jay-Z? Is Jay-Z in your top five?
Oh, you want to break it down? That would break down to another level. I would have to bring that. You said old school, right? I don't even. Let me see. Pierce, uh, Jay Z now
Hmm.
is better than the Jay Z before, yo.
Yeah.
Weird to me. It's crazy. It's like the Jay Z that you hear now, I think was the Jay Z, but the Jay Z now has kind of like matured into itself, and I think because it kind of like switched. It's like Nas was kicking like knowledge, back there as a kid. You know what I'm saying? As a young dude, doing it superbly, and now Jay Z's doing it, and it's like killing it right now. So the Jay Z now I like way better than the Jay Z before. The Jay Z before was always great, but the one that's now has a little bit more. I like the dreads. You know what I mean?
Knowledge. That's that knowledge growing out. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. All right. So before I let you go, because I don't like to do these podcasts too long. I want to keep it short because I want when people catch it, they're like, oh, they just got to spend 30, 35 minutes. But all right. So you said for the future. So what else do you have in the works? I know you have albums coming out. You got your podcast. Anything else? Any TV shows? Anything else
Yeah,
you're working on?
I'm working on a cartoon right now. Adults, some Adult Swim stuff, and I'm working. I was going to pitch some stuff to RZA, but I want to do a TV show. Definitely, I'm working on this now, and I'm working with Dave Flores, and I'm also have some ideas that I'm pitching, and I got some people that I'm talking to. With all this knowledge that Cat's got, you know what I mean. I'll talk about it a little later, but I'm thinking about something to. It's going. I'm not even going to say it now, but I'm just going to let it know. I have something going on in the works out here that is gonna change things.
What made you shift to the West Coast? By the way, why did you shift to the West Coast?
That very reason. I know everybody in New York, and I just needed a place to be by myself. Even though I know cats out here too, but I don't hang with too many people. In New York, I couldn't just get my creative on. I get in my studio. We all there, and I just like the weather. Also, I'm not gonna front. I always go back home, but I am New York. So, but I'm here.
When you come back to New York, let me know. I'll be your Uber man. I'll come pick you up at the airport, man.
All right, brethren. Yeah,
All
indeed.
right, all right. I'm gonna let you go, man. Thanks a lot for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. You seem like you're doing a lot, and
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, man. To see a black man do some positive things, I'm proud of you, brother. Real proud of you.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Peace and
Peace.
love, brother.
Word. One love. Peace to everybody out there. One.
All right. Peace. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 4 of the Brother Garfield podcast. I just introduced you guys to the brother by the name of Killah Priest. Go check out his podcast on YouTube. It's called the Killah Priest Podcast. I was actually on the episode Wednesday. I might be coming on again this Wednesday. And shout out to Coach Kandaka, sister. Much love and respect to you. All right. And we're going to continue next week. It's supposed to possibly be Mr. Vegas because he's actually going to be in Jamaica, so we don't know how the signal is going to be. But I'm going to put the fly out anyway. And if he doesn't show up, I'll just try to get another guest. All right. But for ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting the show. This is your brother, Brother Garfield. Shout out to my brother Danny in the building, true story, and my longtime friend. And big up to Mika in the building and all the moderators that came in support and shared the show. This is your brother Garfield. We're bringing people to you. We're bringing information. And Wednesdays, look out for Wednesdays with the Rastas this Wednesday. All right? Peace and love. This is your brother Garfield. I'm out. Peace.